Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure, we are out on a cold, a little bit of a snowy day on this hot tent adventure. I've got Flint, I've got Boomer with me out on this trip. We've got a palace of a tent. No, it was not easy hiking in with that. And the reason for this tent being here is because I brought the wrong tent. I made a mistake. But it fit in the backpack, it got here, we are here, we're going to enjoy this adventure. We've got a few things to do, get some firewood cut and split. We're going to be doing an indoor fire with the stove and an outside fire for some cooking. So let's get a few things out of the bag, get squared up, and enjoy a hot coffee. All right, guys, so I've got the tent set up. The stove is ripping really nicely, and I've got to say, the temperatures are starting to cool off, which was unexpected because today was supposed to be a little bit of a warmer day. Very happy it's actually cooling off very nicely. So, enjoying a cup of hot coffee right now. I'm looking at this fire pit. I did clean it up a little bit, and I found some dry wood. I say dry wood, the forest looks dry right now. It's really not. It's been raining for the last four and a half days and snowed 2 days. The forest is soaked. So I did find some dry firewood, softwood. I'm gonna have to crack it all up and make it into a nice tinder pile. Get that situated in here and get this fire burning, but I've got to keep it under control because the tent's right there and I don't want to burn any holes in the tent. I could cook on the wood stove, but I'm looking for a certain feel, a certain vibe, and a certain flavor in what I'm going to cook, and that requires an open fire. So I'm going to get that under wraps in just a few moments. I'm just making sure I've got everything here because once I start cooking, I'm going to have to really keep an eye on this, and I don't want to be going off in the forest and collecting more wood. So I'm going to finish up my coffee really quickly. It is late in the day. The sun is going down. So I'm going to have to be quick with this, but get the coffee done, get this fire situated, get it lit, and start on some supper. Alright guys, it's been a little while, and what I've been doing is just basically trying to get this fire to burn down to coals. There is a mound of firewood right next to the fire pit that's already cut from somebody else, that is not from me. So someone who has camped here recently basically just kind of cut this and left it, which doesn't happen very often for me. Not because people don't do it where I'm from, but mainly the places I go camping, not a lot of people go to. So it's very nice to actually have some firewood here. I brought my saw and my axe. I haven't had to use either until just a few minutes ago. I split some of these hardwood logs. So this trip is going to be a really easy one as far as wood prep goes. So thumbs up on that. Boomer and Flint are asleep. They've already had their food. They're inside next to the wood stove just snoring away. And this is almost ready to start cooking on. So what I did is I brought 2 peppered steaks. I need to get my grate in the fire and let that come up to temp, get the steaks, pop them in there, and let that sizzle away. And just keep the fire in the back and the coals in the front under the grate. And I think we'll do okay cooking it really nice and slowly. I'm going to take a couple rocks, place them in, that way my grate can set on top of it. And just try and cook these really nice and slow. All right, guys, supper is all finished up with and absolutely incredible. 2 pepper steaks. I had a little bit of white onion and about a half a red bell pepper. Put that on the grill. Those onions were so smoky and sweet. The bell pepper roasted really, really nice with that medium rare steak. Went really, really good together. So right now, I'm finally going to get my bed ready, and I should probably mention I'm in an area that I planned on bringing a small hiking tent. So the only sleeping area that's flat is right here in front of the door, which is the reason why I didn't set it up earlier. Now granted, this tent does have 3 doors. One of them is blocked off by the stove, the other one's on the back side, and everything is a hill. The only spot to sleep flat is literally right here. Second reason I didn't set it up, you're looking at him, this guy right here. He will find a sleeping bag and an air mat quicker than anybody on this planet. That little guy. Big guy, I should say. So I'm finally now going to get this set up right here. I've got my insulated Atepa mat. It's not a very large mat. It's not a high R value. But I've got the stove and I'll be right next to it. And I do have a -5 degrees sleeping bag. So that will keep me plenty warm. Tonight is supposed to go down to -2. One of these guys is going to be in the sleeping bag with me, and I bet it's big butt right here. Boomer has plenty of fur. He usually sleeps on the side of the stove. Of course, they're going to get their jackets taken off for bedtime. But Flint loves cuddling. He is stuck to me, so he'll be in the bag with me most likely. Boomer may come in, he may not. It's up to him what he wants to do. Same as Flint. These guys kind of do what they want to do. If they get hot, they get out. If they get cold, they come in. I leave the sleeping bag unzipped and drape it over top of me like a blanket whenever I'm hot tenting. So we'll just get this inflated. I do have a new air pump. What is that? What is that? This one is literally called Power Pump. The last one I had died. Doesn't work anymore. The button just didn't work at all. That one was from Flextail. It had the built-in light. It was orange. I really enjoyed it. And then it just started acting really funny. Pressing the button, it wouldn't turn on, fully charged, and I did away with it because one day it would work, the next day it didn't work, and I was, yeah. Anyways, this guy I got probably like 4 years ago. Used it one time, kept it, gonna use it now. So let's get this mat inflated. Like I said, the only spot to sleep is right in front of the door. So you guys know what that means. I'm gonna be zipping the door and basically calling it a night. I got a movie on my phone I want to watch before I plug this in. I might as well let you guys know what I'm doing because it's going to be loud. The stove is stoked up. I will be stoking it up again. I got all of this hardwood that was already cut and split outside. I did split a few pieces. But that's basically the firewood for the evening. And that's it. We're just going to zip the door shut. I got a movie on my phone saved that I do want to watch. I'm going to get out of these clothes. Get this inflated, get the down bag over here, get that lofted up, get this tent rocking with some wood heat. Kick back and relax and enjoy the evening, guys. So this is going to be a good night, and we'll see you first thing in the morning for coffee. Hey, good morning everybody. It is a beautiful, crisp and cool morning out here this morning. And if you listen very carefully, it's really subtle because it's just starting. It's actually freezing rain right now. So we do have frozen snow on the ground on one side. The other side looks like total normal forest in like September. And really nice hot tent in there. Both Boomer and Flint are in there soaking in the heat. And the freezing rain is starting. So last night's sleep went really well. Good idea having the large tent and not setting up my bed until bedtime, because that kept the dog's claws and nails off the pad, which I'm probably going to do more often than less going forward, especially with Blaze and Steel. Their sharp little puppy toes are going to puncture things. But great idea. Unfortunately, it's not the tent that I wanted to bring with me. It still worked out though. I'm very surprised that this tent actually pitched there, because typically the sleeping spot is just a long spot, big enough for one person, maybe a two-person tunnel style tent. This just took up the whole area. There's rocks, there's hills inside of the tent, but we managed to make it work, get the stove on a flat spot and sleep somewhat on a flat spot. So last night's sleep, very enjoyable. Watched a movie, stoked up the stove, fell asleep. It got very warm in there and I loved every bit of it. But as I said, it is freezing rain right now. The temperatures are going to rise and that's going to turn into rain. That's a big tent. It's going to get really wet if I don't get moving. I've got a lot of stuff to pack up. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I want to thank you guys for joining me very much. And then I want to get the tent taken down and packed up and get out of here. So if you guys are staying in tune with the channel, turn all notifications on. YouTube has gone through a little bit of a cleanup again, where it's basically selected no notifications, and it kind of does this once every, I don't know, like 8 months, 9 months. YouTube does a little bit of a cleanup to get rid of the bots and the fake accounts. So if you haven't been seeing the videos pop up in your feed, go down to your subscription, click all notifications on the bell, and you will start getting the notifications again. And I'm saying this because we did start a brand new series of off-grid living. I do have a full-length video coming as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on this channel or on my second channel, but it's a huge update on what has been going on over the last three and a half years of my life, the big changes that have happened and why. And I know you got a lot of questions. That video is going to have all of the answers. So I will drop that on the channel, either here or the other channel. You guys will have to look for that. But biggest thing is turn all notifications on, and you'll be staying in touch with everything. Touching on the off-grid property, there is a lot of construction being done there. A lot of things have been accomplished and a lot more things to come. And yes, there's a story behind this, so stay tuned and you'll learn the story. So thank you guys very much for joining me. I'm going to finish this coffee and continue on with the day. See you in the next one.